This is an animal that can plan and execute a devastating attack. It's a behavior hardwired into the brain.
If you're trying to increase your evolutionary advantage, the best thing you can do is get more offspring into the future generation. And one of the best ways you can do that is to take better care of the offspring that you produce.
Laying eggs nearly depletes the female. She needs nourishment to stay strong. And nourishment means meat. While she searches for her next meal, the male stays behind to guard the nest. Luckily, a Tyrannosaurus rex on the hunt is guided by some of the keenest senses in the Cretaceous.
Its eyesight would actually have been very, very good.
The eyes of a T-Rex are huge, the size of cricket balls. A large retina collects more light and more visual information, so they can clearly see prey from as far away as 6 kilometers. Critically, both eyes face forwards and their line of sight overlaps, so each eye looks at the same object from a slightly different angle. That means T-Rex can experience the world in 3D.
There's very little in the environment of T-Rex that would escape its attention.
For the T-Rex, hungry after months of growing her eggs, making a kill may mean the difference between life and death. Ankylosaurus is a herbivore, but it's built like a tank, covered in steel-like armor. T-Rex's 3D vision ensures the reptile stands out from the background.
T-Rex is impressive and it's powerful, but compared to an ankylosaur, it's relatively lightly built.
Protective plates made of bone and cartilage cover this lumbering creature from head to tail. Light but extremely strong, the hide of Ankylosaurus is built like a bulletproof vest. And most importantly, Ankylosaurus is armed with a deadly weapon. A bony club.
If that club were to connect into the skull of the T-Rex or into the shin and foot of the T-Rex, it would shatter those bones.
I think that one good blow by the tail club would be enough to deter this Tyrannosaurus.
Ankylosaurus are plant eaters, but they're designed to kill. Even a Tyrannosaurus rex would struggle to bring one down. T-Rex has a refined array of senses, including an acute sense of smell that should lead it straight to a meal. Behind the nostrils are large cavernous chambers lined with sheets of sensory tissue able to detect odors. The olfactory bulbs transmit that information back to the brain.
One of the big surprises was the size of the olfactory bulbs, part of the brain associated with processing information about smells in the environment.
To increase the number of odor detectors, the area containing sensory tissue is designed like a radiator. A T-Rex can pick up even the slightest scent of meat, and from a long distance.
T-Rex had a sense of smell equivalent to 100 bloodhounds all duct taped together.
They certainly had the largest olfactory lobe of any animal living or extinct on this planet.
This is a vital tool for a hunter. From a substantial distance, a T-Rex can hone in on prey or pick up their hatchling's distinct scent. And there's something else unusual about a T-Rex's nose. The nostrils are a huge 25 centimeters apart. Which means T-Rex can smell in stereo. It can triangulate an odor and pinpoint its exact source.
T-Rex could walk into a crowded auditorium and in a few seconds identify every single person and creature by its own idiosyncratic odors.
This female, desperate to eat, picks up the scent of a meal. But it's the scent of an animal that even the strongest Tyrannosaurus prefers not to tackle.
The most dangerous challenge that any big carnivore ever faced was the swinging head of Triceratops. It's like a gigantic white rhinoceros on steroids.
At 8 meters long and 3 meters tall, a fully grown Triceratops can reach 6 tons in weight.
If there's an animal whose scent would frighten a T-Rex, it's Triceratops.
T-Rex is well aware of the risks. Its cerebrum has information stored from previous encounters. It knows the danger ahead. Overpowering a Triceratops means tackling a beast with meter-long horns covered in rock-hard keratin and a body protected by a bony shield. But ensuring the survival of her genes for another generation would be worth the fight.
One could imagine that the conflict between Tyrannosaurus and Triceratops may have been one of the greatest combats that nature has ever had.
And this well-protected herbivore is everywhere. In fact, in the late Cretaceous, Triceratops outnumbered Tyrannosaurus 10-1. Their success is down to one reason.
A single thrust of the brow horn could penetrate right into the cardiac chamber or the lungs.
If you're going to put a meter-long horn into a chest cavity of a T-Rex, the chance of you doing some damage are pretty great.
Tyrannosaurus Rex is stabbed in the eye.
The key element for any predator is to go in, make the kill, get what they need, and do it without injuring themselves.
For a carnivorous predator, losing an eye could be fatal. Back at the nest, the chicks are guarded only by the male. Over him, a Quetzalcoatlus senses blood. On the ground, one parent is down and the other faces starvation. For a vulnerable baby T-Rex, the situation couldn't get much worse.